One day, Pointer the Wizard came to the wise little girl who had lived in the dark forest all of her life, and he said,
You know, I think it's time for you to leave the dark forest now.
Why do you think that?
Well, take a look at yourself in the mirror if you don't mind. See? You're no longer just a wise little girl. You have become the Princess Zara now. Yes, that is your real name. That's the name your parents gave you before...
Before what?
Before your wicked uncle killed them and took over the kingdom.
Killed them?
Well, no, actually, he didn't exactly kill them. He froze them into a block of ice, and they have been there to this very day. He wanted to freeze you too, but I magicked you away to the dark forest. And he took over the throne, and well, he'd been making a mess of the country ever since.
What country?
Why, Zaraland, of course. And you are the rightful ruler of Zaraland.
Zara had so many questions she didn't know where to begin. Well, actually she did. So she asked,
Sarah, where's my ruler?
That's funny. A ruler rules a country, and a ruler rules a page.
Sarah, do you hear me?
I don't know. I wonder, does anybody else in my class have to fight with their daddy over a ruler?
Sarah, I know you have it. Please don't make me climb up to your room to prove it. Because I'm extremely tired and ill-tempered, and I still have 2,000 words to write. And your mother doesn't make me coffee anymore, which is maybe just as well, because it would be nice to get at least 1 hour's sleep before I start work at 8 o'clock. And if I find out that you have it, after denying it, then I'm going to make you fish fingers for your tea again.
I like fish fingers.
Well, beans and toast then.
I like beans on toast. That is not your ruler, that's mine.
Oh, and why were you hiding it then?
Because you think everything in this house is yours.
And do you not think I have a point? I am, after all, the paterfamilias, am I not?
Pater what?
Paterfamilias. It means head of the household, I think. Yeah, head of the household. Chief breadwinner. The only breadwinner in our case. The man who puts the food on the table and the clothes on your back. All that stuff. Oh, come on, Sarah, please. I really don't have time for this. And I don't want to have to use my superior strength and height. I need the ruler. Alright, pet?
Why don't we get a computer?
We're fighting over a 50p ruler and she wants a... Sarah, why do you think I need the ruler?
To draw a table for your assignment. But if we had a computer...
To draw a table. To finish my assignment. To pass my exams. To get my degree. You know, I'm the only staff nurse in my department without a degree.
Well, I'm the only girl in my class that doesn't have a computer.
You just made that up.
It's true.
Laura's family doesn't have one.
They're getting one.
Okay, we're getting away from the point. Here's the point. Why do I need a degree?
To get promotion.
Which means, in language even a 9-year-old understands,
More money.
more money. Not a lot, but enough to pay the bills. Enough to pay the mortgage in this nice new house.
Old house?
Old house, whatever. Enough to feed and clothe you and William and your mommy and the baby she's carrying inside her tummy when he or she eventually arrives. Enough money even to allow your mother to stay off work forever, if that's what she wants, so she never has to go back to being a blacksmith again.
She worked in the library?
Library, blacksmith, whatever. It was that long ago. The point is, Sarah,
If you get the ruler, you might get enough money to buy a computer.
well, I might get enough money to buy another ruler.
Anyway, Granny O'Doherty's buying me a computer for Christmas.
Any computers bought for this house, I'll buy them. Understand? And thank God somebody in this house does.
Why did I have to mention Granny O'Doherty buying us a computer? Now he's going to argue with Mommy again. And then he won't speak for ages and I'll get that tight feeling inside again. Sometimes I think I shouldn't tell him anything at all because nearly everything I say starts a fight. And they're supposed to be grown up.
Mary! Mary, is my work shirt ironed? Mary, where are you? Mary, what the? Are you off your head, woman? What are you trying to do?
What does it look like?
It looks like you're trying to kill yourself and our unborn child into the bargain. Come on, get down, let me do that.
I've been asking you to change these light bulbs every day for over a week.
Once. You asked me once, if I recall correctly.
Anyway, it's done now.
There was nothing wrong with the ones that were on it.
They were too dull, Robert. Nobody but your mother uses 40-watt bulbs.
3 of them. That's 120 watts. What do you want, Blackpool player?
I want to be able to see my way around the room without breaking my neck. God, you are so parsimonious.
Hey, that's one of my strong points, alright?
What's parsimonious?
Well, your mother thinks it's another word for Protestant.
Don't be telling her things like that. I don't think any such thing, Sarah. It's another word for miserable people who wouldn't spend Christmas. Stingy people.
Oh, stingy people. Oh, sorry, for a minute there I thought maybe you were talking about me.
You're worse than stingy. Not only will you not spend a penny yourself, you won't let anybody else do it either.
Oh, don't start all that again, Mary.
Well, what is so wrong with my mother, my parents, wanting to buy us a dishwasher if that's what they want to do with their own money?
Yeah, their money. I thought we already decided about that.
Correction, Robert. You decided. You laid down the law, Mr. Independence, Mr. I won't accept handouts from anybody, even if it means more slavery for my wife.
Slavery's a bit over the top now, Mary.
Oh, is it? Well, you're not the one that's here all day long trying to run a house in the middle of all this. Anarchy. Trying to look after one child, carrying another, trying to wash clothes in a clapped-out washing machine, trying to iron clothes with a clapped-out iron. That's why your work shirt's not ironed, by the way.
It's okay. I'm doing it, look. I don't have a problem doing it. I don't mind doing it. I don't have a problem with this iron.
Well, bully for you, Mary Poppins. Well, try doing it for 3 hours at a time with William running around your feet and see how you like it. And while we're about it, how about giving a hand with some of the other chores around here? I mean, is everything we own going to sit around in boxes for the rest of our lives?
What's anarchy?
Look around you, Sarah. This is anarchy. It's not being able to find what you're looking for because everything is upside down, inside out and sideways.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, Mary, what are you looking for?
I think I'm looking for a wee bit of support and understanding.
Sometimes when they argue, if you say funny things, clever things, they laugh and forget they were arguing. I don't think you'll find it in any of these boxes.
How right you are, Sarah. I think we forgot to pack it.
Here's something else you won't find in those boxes, ladies. It's called money. Income. A living wage. I'm sorry, but I have to go to work.
Yes, Robert. Off you go to work. I'm sure your work is very important.
Well, it is actually. Apart from the fact that it might be helping to keep people alive, it keeps a roof over our head as well. And if we're ever going to get a new dishwasher or iron, computer, whatever, then somebody has to go out of here and earn a living. Since I'm not the one that has the babies, it looks like that someone's going to have to be me.
Well, that's very good, William. That's brilliant. Show Mummy what you've done. Princess Sarah turned to Pointer the Wizard and said, "If my parents are frozen in blocks of ice, then I suppose I must be the rightful ruler of Zaralands until they get out."
That's right. And you need to take over the kingdom from your wicked uncle, because he really is no good at being king at all.
I suppose he must be a parsimonious paterfamilias.
Goodness gracious, you must be the wisest princess ever. That's exactly what he is.
And I bet he's making anarchy all over the kingdom.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. That's a bit too wise for me.
Well, is everything upside down, inside out and sideways?
Yes, that's exactly how it is.
As I thought, that's anarchy, all right. Well, we'll have to go there. Will you get the removing machine ready? Put everything in boxes.
What an excellent idea. Right, I suppose we should take things like dishwashers, computers, irons.
Actually, no. I think we should take boxes of support and understanding.
Ah, yes, of course. Support, understanding,
And I think a box of kindness
kindness.
and some fairness and something for stopping arguments.
Oh, what about some smiles and jokes and laughs?
Okay. And sweets
Sweets.
and drinks and toothbrushes.
Okay, toothbrushes.
Oh, I know. We need to take some rules with us.
Rules. Is that all?
I think so.
Okay, then off we go. Zaraland.
Pointer took the controls and Princess Zara sat on her throne. Soon they would be in Zaraland. Please, Zara, it'll be pure brilliant, I swear. Shh. Just say you'll go. Go on. Will I get my daddy to phone your daddy? Will I get my mommy to phone your mommy? Will I get our dog to phone your dog?
Sarah and Laura, I hope that work's going to be all finished and correct by the time I get over there.
Yes, Mrs. Wright. It'll be all right in the night, Mrs. Wright.
Well, I hope you're as smart at your fractions as you are at making fun at my expense, Laura Hamilton.
I wish I could be more like Laura. Why is she so different from me? She's not afraid of anything. So, is that a yes?
Sarah, ruler? You know what a ruler's for? You know, you used to hand in such neat and tidy work. Now you can't even be bothered to use a ruler. You know, I let you sit beside Laura because I thought some of your good habits would rub off on her, but what's happening now? Yeah, do you know what's happening?
Yes, miss.
Well?
She's going over to the dark side, miss. Look, Sarah, you're no fun anymore. Will you not go? It's a youth club. That's for teenagers. No, it's not. Anybody can go. It says children under 15 and over 9. We're over 9. Look, Sarah, you get going bus runs on. And there's a disco every week. Look, Sarah, be pure brilliant. I won't know anybody there. You know me. And my cousin David goes and all his friends go to that great crack. Oh, you know who else you'll know? Who? Mr. Gill. Mr. Gill? Aye, he used to teach us. He was class, wasn't he? What's he doing there? That's what he's doing now. He's not a teacher anymore. He just runs youth club. Would you go if he was there? I thought he said he would be. He is, he will be, that's what I'm telling you. Will you go now? I'll ask my mummy. Yes, yes, yes! Pointer took the controls and soon the removal machine was whizzing through space. They travelled thousands of miles, but it only took about 10 seconds. Then they landed with a bump.
Right, here we are in Zaraland.
That didn't take long. What's Zaraland like?
Zaraland is a beautiful place, but I'm afraid your wicked uncle is a very bad ruler and has made a bit of a mess. What was that word you called it?
Anarchy. That means everything is upside down, inside out, and sideways.
Anarchy. Yes, that's the word, that's right. Well, let's go outside and see what he's done here.
Princess Zara went and looked out at the beautiful place she was the rightful ruler of. And what do you think she saw? My goodness, Pointer, you're right.
See, everything is upside down. He really is a useless ruler. You'll have to take over and make sure everything is right way up again.
Well, I think we'll start right now. We need the right way up box.
Yes, indeed. I'll fetch it.
When the word was the right way up, Princess Sarah and Pointer stepped out of the removal machine to look at the beautiful waterfall. Suddenly they heard a loud, angry voice.
You there! What do you think you're doing? We're trying to tidy up the anarchy you made. This is the Princess Zara, the rightful ruler of Zaraland. No, she's not. I am the rightful ruler of Zaraland.
Oh no, you're not. You're the wrongful ruler of Zaraland. You can't rule a country. You can only rule a page or a table for somebody's assignment.
Now, let me get this straight.
Sarah! Your granny's here. Right, let's him down for his nap. Hopefully he'll sleep for a couple of hours now.
That is Robert you're talking about, is it, Mary?
No, Mummy, it's William I'm talking about. There's no bother getting Robert to sleep.
Look, you should take the opportunity now to have a rest for yourself.
No, I couldn't. Not with the place still lying like this.
Oh, never mind the house, Mary. It'll still be here when you get up. It's yourself you should be looking after. Oh, maybe I should stay and give you a hand. I feel I've been no help to you at all.
No, don't be silly. You've done enough. Look, just taking Sarah away for the day's a great help.
Ah, sure, Sarah's no problem at all. Sure, Sarah's the best wee girl in the whole wide world.
There's two people I know that always cheer me up. One's Laura and the other is Granny O'Doherty.
Who's minding the shop?
Oh, the shop is closed, thank God. We're having the rewiring done. So we're on holiday. Ah, it's himself. And what does he not look like? What do you not look like, Robert?
Oh, Kathleen, I don't know. What do I look like?
Well, you certainly don't look like the nice, clean-cut Protestant lad who married our Mary. What's happening to you, Robert?
You put your finger on it, Kathleen. I married your Mary. That was my downfall.
Oh, would you listen to that? Is she the best thing that ever happened to you?
Seriously, Kathleen, it's night shift working, daytime studying, never-ending exams, moving house, lack of sleep, new babies. No time to draw your breath. Take your pick.
Well, there you are then. You're trying to do far too much. Studying and working and exams. You've got to get your priorities right, Robert.
Uh-oh, Daddy's getting cross. Maybe I should say something funny.
I mean, take it from me. That's what's important above all. The family needs must come first.
I need a new ruler. Daddy's always stealing mine.
What is this? Gang up on the poor wee Protestant time?
Look, I was only saying that... I know I shouldn't be interfering, but sure, you know me, Robert. I'll have me say no matter what. Well, there. I've had it now. And now let's escape quick, Sarah, before he gets mad at us. Bye, everybody.
Oh dear, Daddy didn't like my joke. And now he thinks we're all ganging up on him. He must have forgotten that I'm half a Protestant as well. Everybody likes Granny O'Doherty. Everybody thinks she's funny. Maybe if she took Daddy out and bought him a Knickerbocker glory, he might think she's funny as well. But I forgot. He doesn't like Granny O'Doherty buying things for us. That's because he's parsimonious. Every time we go out, Granny always has to call into the chapel. She's always joking that Mommy's not bringing me up a proper Catholic at all. Daddy says it doesn't matter what you are, as long as you're good. But Granny says it's better to be something, even a Protestant, than nothing at all. Granny, why do you close your eyes when you're praying?
Oh, I don't know, Sarah. Habit, I suppose. Well, it might help me to think about God and what I'm saying to him.
Is God a Catholic?
Well, to tell you the truth, Sarah, I don't know what God is. I don't think anybody does.
So he could be a Protestant, or a Muslim or anything.
I think God is beyond all that, you know. He's above all of us, do you know what I mean? He has to be all things to all men. That sort of thing.
So does he not care what you are?
Oh, don't know about that, but I think he listens to everybody, no matter what their religion is.
Well, why are you Catholic then?
Sarah, we're Catholics because that's what we were brought up to be. Well, I was anyway. You I'm not too sure about. Well, out of that, you wee pest. Be asking your granny all those hard questions. Thursdays are the best day, I'm telling you. Excuse me. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing there?
What's it look like?
Well, it looks like you're vandalizing my property, that's what.
This isn't your property. It's a public street.
Oh, look, young fella. That's my shop, my property. And I happen to live in this public street, you don't. You've absolutely no right to come round here painting your sectarian graffiti in front of my shop.
This here's Protestant territory, and then there, Protestant colours. So if you are fiends, that's your hard luck.
Oh, listen here to me, you cheeky wee skitter, you. I've lived here for the best part of 30 years, and I've never had a day's bother with any of my neighbours, be they Catholic or Protestant, and I'm not about to start now. So you can take your paint and your brushes and your out lip, and you can clear off back to wherever you came from. We don't want your sort around here stirring up trouble.
You're the one starting trouble, not us.
If I start trouble, young fella, you'll soon know about it. Now get your stuff and clear off, and leave my pavements alone. Come on! Shift yourselves.
Well, we're fast, am I?
Don't be there long.
You better not touch it.
You just watch me. You gutter snipes. Oh, the nerve of them.
I didn't think Granny O'Doherty could be so angry just about colours.
There you go, pet. Let's forget about those boys altogether, Sarah.
It must be because the boys were really cheeky and said it was our hard luck we were Fenians. They meant we were Catholics. But I could be a Protestant just as easy. Or I could even be nothing at all. Sometimes it might be better to be nothing at all.
Now you go over there to the counter and get yourself something while I get Michael O'Doherty up off his big fat backside.
What's all the commotion?
Commotion. Do you know, I think a herd of elephants could go charging down that street without you noticing. Did you not see what those boys were at outside?
Boys with elephants?
Painting the curbs outside our shop.
Oh, that. I was wondering how long it'd be before they got our length.
Is that all you can say? Oh, that? You're not going to go out and wipe it off?
Ah, Kathleen, it's not going to run away. I'll do it later. Right now, we're getting into that car and hitting the seaside. What do you say, Sarah? You see? Sarah has her priorities right.
She what?
She said it wouldn't be there for long. Oh dear. I'm never going to tell them anything that happens ever again.
Has that woman not got the sense she was born with?
Robert, hold on a wee minute. That woman happens to be my mother.
What's she doing tackling boys like that? She had Sarah with her.
Well, what did you want her to do? Just pretend they weren't there?
Now, you don't know who she was dealing with.
They were a crowd of young fellas. What age were they, Sarah?
I don't know. Teenagers, I think.
Teenagers, young fellas, wee boys.
You don't know who she was dealing with, Mary.
I don't believe you. A crowd of wee thugs come round painting in front of my mother's shop, and you don't think she has the right to stop them?
It's not a question of having the right. It's a question of having a common sense.
Oh, so because she stands up for herself, because she wants to protect her own property, you think she has no sense, is that it?
Ah, don't be ridiculous, Mary. You know rightly what I mean.
No, Robert, I don't think I do. Maybe you could explain to me why you're so against her standing up for her rights.
I'm concerned for her safety, that's all. And Sarah's safety. What if something had happened?
Something did happen. She chased them, they ran off.
Oh, and you don't think they could come back?
I have no doubt they could. But is that a good enough reason to let them walk all over you with red, white and blue boots?
Is that all you're concerned about? The fact that they painted the curbstones?
Well, does that not concern you?
Frankly, no. I couldn't care less. It's only paint.
You're on their side, aren't you?
Now you are being ridiculous, Mary.
You actually don't see anything wrong with a crowd of Protestant teenagers painting red, white and blue outside a Catholic woman's shop?
Look, Mary, you know me better than that.
Do you, Robert? I'm not sure if I know you at all. I'm really shocked.
Yeah, right. Suddenly you've discovered you're living with a Protestant bigot. Tell me this. If I'm supposed to be the bigot, do you think your mother would have made such a song and dance about it if they had painted her curbstones green, white and orange? Would you?
What's a bigot?
Ask your mother, Sarah. She's the expert.
A bigot is not a nice thing to be, Sarah.
I'll tell you something about bigots, Sarah. The worst ones don't even know they're bigots.
This is all my fault. I'm never ever again telling them anything that happens. Everything I say just makes them fight even more. And the tight feeling inside just gets worse and worse. Anybody would think they hate each other. Maybe it's because they're bigots. I still don't know what a bigot is. I just know it's not a nice thing to be, and the worst ones don't even know they're bigots. Maybe now they know they're bigots, they'll stop fighting. Now let me get this straight, said the ruler.
Now let me get this straight. Is that all you can say? Let me get this straight.
Certainly not. I can say whatever I want, because I am the rightful ruler of Zaraland, and I wish to underline that in red.
Personally, I prefer things underlined in black.
Blue is better than black.
Yellow is better than blue.
Well, purple is better than yellow.
Orange.
White.
Pink.
Yellow.
Red.
That's what I said the first time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You said black.
No, I said blue.
But you said red first.
No, I didn't.
Stop it, the two of you are bigots.
No, we're not.
That proves it, because the worst bigots don't even know they're bigots.
What's a bigot?
A bigot is somebody who doesn't know they're bigots. And something to do with colours. And it's not a nice thing to be.
So let me get this straight.
You see, you want to get things straight and underline them, because you're the wrong kind of ruler for ruling a country.
I am.
Yes, you are. That's why everything's upside down, inside out and sideways. You made anarchy.
But it was a very neat and tidy anarchy. Now you've messed it all up. Well, actually, you've messed it all down.
Now it's the right way up.
Well, I don't want to be a wrongful ruler anymore.
And I don't want to be a bigot anymore, because it's not a nice thing to be.
Me neither.
That's okay, because as soon as you know you're a bigot, you stop being one.
Now, let me get this straight.
Don't you start. Look, everybody needs to cheer up. Pointer, will you please go and get the giggle box? Granny Boyd's nice, but she treats me as if I'm still only a wee child.
Now, I know you're just dying to get out to play on the swings, but we'll say hello to your granda first.
The only time Daddy brings me here now is when Mommy's not speaking to him.
What do you think of this big grown-up girl, granda?
Sarah, heavens above, you'll soon be taller than me. No, what are you getting married, Sarah, eh?
No.
She won't do there if she's got any sense.
Listen to your daddy, Sarah. Wild horses wouldn't have stopped him getting married.
Aye, That's what I mean, no sense. What have you got there? Are those your granny's scones?
What one?
No, that takes me back. Is my old room still available?
You mean you would leave your lovely new home?
Ugh, don't talk to me about that.
Anyway, Sarah's just dying to get out on the swings. You go ahead, pet, and you'll have it all to yourself today.
Okay. See, they still think I'm a silly wee child. They just sent me out to the stupid swing so they could talk to Daddy. We'll let them talk. I don't care what adults say anymore. I knew you wouldn't know anybody here. Laura and her stupid youth club.
Of course, I've done that, Mommy. Yes, Mom.
I wouldn't have come here if it wasn't for her. Mr. Gill won't even remember us.
It'll be fine.
I don't know what's worse, being here or being at home. I'm gonna hate this.
Mothers. Come on, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. How was it?
All right.
As good as that, eh? You glad you went?
I'm not glad, actually. Laura and her stupid youth club. It's her own fault. She made me go.
Come on, you really enjoy yourself. I know you will. Sure, you might even make a new friend. I don't see my cousin Davy here anymore, but he's definitely coming. Him and his friends.
Mr. Gill remember you? Good.
I suppose I could tell her about Mr. Gill and Paul, but then I'd have to tell her about the bad bits as well.
Good to see so many old faces. Sorry, I mean young faces. Look who we have here. Am I deceiving me?
No.
Sarah Boyd and Laura Hamilton. Heavens above, you're practically grown up. And still the best of buddies, eh? Well, that's just brilliant. I'm really delighted to see you guys. I hope you've come to join the club.
Wait, come on, just about around here. Gangway, sound your horn, Mickey. Gangway, come on. This here ramps for wheelchair access. Isn't that right, Stephen?
Well, it's access for everybody, Paul. Not only for wheelchair users. So this is Mickey.
Aye, that's me, Mickey. You said you bring him up?
Oh, definitely. Hiya, Mickey. I'm Stephen. Boydie. And you're very welcome, Mickey. What's the big hurry, Paul? Not joyriding now, you know.
We just want to make sure the prods don't hog all the table tennis. Mickey here's lethal on the old paddles.
Oh, that's not the right attitude.
I'm only joking, Stephen. Lighten up a wee bit, man. It's a bit of crack.
You know why I asked this rascal to join our club? That's all right, Sarah. You don't need to do that. What were you going to say? Go ahead, Sarah.
Because he's kind.
Kind.
Sarah, if there could be a million of you in this country, I'd die a happy man. You're absolutely 100% correct.
Aye, right.
This rascal, this Paul character here, is here because I use him to show people that you shouldn't judge others too quickly.
Come on, Stevie, give us a break, will you?
He likes to let on he's a real bad guy. But there's no fooling you, Sarah.
I'm not staying here to get insulted.
Going away inside, the two of you. But listen, watch what you say, alright?
Aye, you know me, Stevie boy. But I do anything to annoy our Protestant friends. Hey, you kid, you're one else, aren't you? A Catholic, a Fenian.
Paul?
I just want to know if I'm right. I'm right, aren't I? Ah, you see, I'm always right. And I know you're not.
Sorry, girls. I promise you he's not as bad as he lets on. Let's get everybody inside.
I know why Laura said it was stupid for saying he was kind and for letting him say I was a Fenian, but at least he said it in a friendly way.
You're one else, aren't you?
That's not why she ended up not speaking to me. She did go off to look for her cousin and left me on my own, not knowing anybody else there. I was glad when Mr. Gill said that we shouldn't be shy, that we were all the same, and made us all do that silly handshake.
Here's how we adults do it. Julie. Good evening, My name is Stephen.
Very pleased to meet you. I'm Julie.
What? Oh, you think you couldn't do that? Oh, you'd be surprised how easy that is.
Go on, try it for the laugh.
Come on, Paul, now don't be telling us you're shy now.
My dear chap, it's Michael, I believe. Delighted to make your acquaintance. What about you, Paul?
You see, it's good crack, isn't it? See, this is what we call an icebreaker.
I thought it was going to be good fun after that. But that's when it got worse.
So, come on, everybody. Crack that ice.
Good afternoon. My name is Lady Muck. And who might you be?
Well, I might be Princess Zara, but you can call me
Davy!
Yes, we know. What about you, kid?
Hello, I'm Lady Muck. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
What's us Lady Mo business about? These are fiends at your hard luck.
We don't want your sort round here stirring up trouble.
You're the one starting trouble. This isn't your property.
Your sectarian graffiti.
You better not touch it.
Why don't I just tell her? That's what anybody would do. Mummy, you'll never guess who Laura's cousin is. William in bed?
Yeah, thank God.
Daddy at work?
Yeah. Come on, honey. You're tired. Teeth, in bed. I suppose you're eating rubbish all night.
Not telling something isn't the same as telling a lie, is it? It would only make things worse between Mommy and Daddy, and me and Laura. She might never speak to me again anyway, after what happened. And I couldn't tell her everything either. She thought I was just copying Paul when we all had to shake hands with somebody we didn't know.
Right, Paul? You lead the way again.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Paul's going to show you. Right, Paul?
Oh, Paul's going to show me? What are you going to show me, Paul? He's going to show you the door slapper.
Now, Mickey.
He's going to introduce himself. Right, Paul?
Right. Where you go, Paul? Introduce yourself. How you doing? I'm Paul, and I'm your worst nightmare. See Mary cousin over there? She's scared than you. You know something? You're right.
Thanks, Paul, for that demonstration of how we don't do it. Hey, Davy, isn't it? Well, I'm Stephen, and you're very welcome, Davy. And
Stuart and Ian.
Stuart, Ian. I'm Stephen, that was Julie, and that's Ben over there. You're all welcome.
Funny kind of welcome. Talking my feelings like him. We're not staying.
Believe me, it's not like that. You've as much right to be here as Paul there, who's letting me down a bag full. Look, whatever history you two have is just that, it's history, okay? Come and meet some of the others.
Aye, come meet my best friend Sarah. Sarah, this is him now.
Right, Sarah, maybe you'll give Davy a proper welcome.
You're supposed to shake hands. Put your big hand out, you.
Come on, Sarah.
Come on, Sarah.
Come on, Sarah, you're not that shy now, are you?
Sarah, this is my cousin Davy.
I forget it.
You know him from somewhere, Sarah. Wanna tell me about it?
He painted outside my granny's shop and he was very cheeky to my granny and called us Fenians and all.
I see. Well, I'm sorry, Sarah, I didn't know that. But you know, this club is for people like Davy as well. Maybe you won't understand this, but I need the Davies and the Pauls here to make this club work. If they're in here, they've a chance at least of seeing each other as human beings and not just as Catholics or Protestants. Do you know what I mean, Sarah?
But I also need people like you to show really good example, okay? Okay, good for you.
Okay, everybody, registration time.
Nice one, sir. I knew you were one else. Well done, kid.
I know it wasn't fair, Nora, because she doesn't know that her cousin Davy was horrible to Granny O'Doherty. Maybe I should have shaken his stupid hand. That's what Mr. Gill meant when he said I should show good example. But then what would Granny O'Doherty say if she knew I'd done that? Anyway, I don't want to think about it anymore. Princess Sarah and Pointer and the wrongful ruler and the giggler were travelling in the removal machine. Where are we travelling to now, Pointer?
We're on our way to Adultia to rescue your parents from the blocks of ice that this creature froze them into.
I only did it to keep them fresh.
You can't have good reasons for doing bad things.
Naughty ruler, bold boy. For your punishment, do 100 lines. Get it? Lines? Ruler? Lines? Actually, I don't want to go to Adultia. I think the wrongful ruler might be right this time. They should stay frozen.
But how can wrong be right?
Sometimes it is.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
It's a wise little girl thing. Don't sweat it, Pointy.
It's Pointer, actually.
Pointer Schwointer. The princess doesn't want to go to Adultia, and neither do I. I vote we go to Euphia.
Oh, please, not there.
Euphia is great. It's full of gigglers like me.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Is there much anarchy in Euphia?
I'm afraid there is. It's full of gigglers, all right, but they're not all like this one.
What do you mean?
Well, you're a hee-hee, aren't you?
What do you think?
Yeah, you see, half them are hee-hees like this one, and the other half are ha-has. And they can't make up their mind which is the best way to giggle.
There's only one way to giggle.
See what I mean? Anarchy. The ha-has and the hee-hees can't agree. I'm sorry, agree.
And you can't blame this one on me. Your parents, the rightful rulers, they allowed this mess.
Well, I'm the rightful ruler now, so we'll go to Euphia and sort it out. Yippee!
As you wish. Changing course for you.
Are you speaking to me again?
What am I? Speaking?
Well, you are now. Why'd you sit here if you're not speaking?
I always sit here. I like sitting here. Why should I stop sitting here just because you're so horrible?
I wasn't being horrible.
Jeekers, Sarah, it was pure embarrassing. Here's my cousin and here's my best friend, and I was telling him how brilliant you were, and you wouldn't even shake a stupid hand. Like it would have killed you in front of Mr. Gill and all.
I'm sorry.
But why didn't you?
Maybe I should just tell her what he did and what he said to me and Granny. But I know he's her favourite cousin. It'll only make her worse.
Hello, I'm still here. I'm showing amazing patience for my age. Are you going to tell me why?
You wouldn't understand.
What am I, stupid? You know, Sarah, I still stood up for you with Davy and his mates.
What do you mean?
When he said you were just a stupid, weak, being bitch that hated Protestants.
Did he say that?
That's the kind of thing Davy says. He thinks it's funny. I told him to wise up. You're my best friend and I'm a Protestant.
What did he say?
He says, and why should I pally with that Paul creep?
I'm not.
You were.
Anyways, not a creep. He is, Sarah. He's not, he's alright. See, you are all pally with him. You fancy him. Wise up. You wise up. It's not fair. All I ever try to do is be nice to everybody and not hurt their feelings. But nobody tries to be nice back to me. Everybody just thinks of themselves all the time. That's what you do when you get older. That's how you stop getting a tight feeling in your tummy. You stop caring what other people think and you just care about yourself.
Oh, you never know with that one. Deep, definitely.
I just wish every time I had a sleepover on Granny she wouldn't say, "It's to give your mammy a wee break." As if mammy needs a break from me. Anyway, it's nice to be out of that house and sleeping in a sweet shop. Soon the removal machine landed in Eufia and everybody got out. Where is everybody? I can hear them! Come out so we can see you! Stop it at once! What are you doing? They're ha-has! They have no right to be here! They couldn't laugh if you tickled their granny. It's the hee-hees! It's the hee-hees! Sarah, come and meet them! They're a great laugh! I command you to stop at once! Can you not laugh without throwing things at each other? I don't know. Let's see. Hi, a man walks into a bar and he goes, "Oh! It was an iron bar!" You're a ha-ha! Well, if I am, I can't help it. It's the way I was born. Right, that does it. Pointer, bring out the box of rules. Ruler, bring out the punishment box. From now on, there'll be no more hee-heeing in Eufia until you learn manners. You're not a rightful ruler anymore. You're a wicked princess. You wouldn't understand.
I'm a ho-ho myself.
Me too, actually.
Well, aren't you the great wee worker altogether, Sarah? Is that your homework you're doing, pet?
Not really, it's just a story.
Go on, tell us what it's about anyway.
Well, it's about a wicked princess.
A wicked princess?
Well, she's not really wicked. Actually, she tries to do good things like fixing anarchy and all, but she ends up being cruel, but she doesn't care.
Well, you're amazing, Sarah. Anarchy, no less. Oh, you'll have to let me read that story when you finish it. Of course, maybe you think I mightn't understand it.
Granny, it's just a silly wee story.
With words like anarchy in it?
And parsimonious and paterfamilias.
Oh, Sarah, you've lost me altogether now. I would need a dictionary to read that story. Oh, you'd have to explain it to me. And do you know what those big words mean, Sarah?
Well, kind of. Actually, big words just mean simple things. The princess uses big words to show how clever she is, but she isn't really. She doesn't really understand things, and that's why people think she's wicked, but they don't understand her.
I know exactly what you mean, Sarah. People are far harder to understand than words, isn't that right? Indeed. And here's something else I don't understand, Sarah. How Michael O'Doherty can lock up the shop and switch everything off and still forget to empty the till and bring it upstairs.
Ah, sure, what do I care about money? As long as you have your health, sir, that's all that matters.
Listen to him. And I suppose now, as usual, I'll have to go down and do it. By the way, Michael, you should see the kind of story your grandchild is writing.
Good, is it?
Brilliant. Oh, but far too complicated for the likes of you and me.
I like a good thriller myself, Sarah. Is yours a thriller?
I don't think so, Granda.
Is there no dead bodies in it?
No,
No mysterious killer?
no.
No bloody fingerprints?
It's only a wee children's story. You don't have things like that in a children's story.
Kathleen! Kathleen!
I just got word. What's the latest?
It's not good.
What? What are they saying?
I don't know the full extent yet, but it's not good.
Look, believe me, if anything can be done, these are the guys that can do it. Honestly, they're the best in the whole country.
She's in the right place, we know.
I break through the window.
It's hard to believe.
Have they any idea who did it yet?
Robert, who do you think?
Somebody will need to collect William over at Audrey's.
I'll get him now. I'll just put the kettle on first. Michael, why don't you sit down, get a cup of tea, and then I'll drop you back?
No, listen. I need to get back now, if you don't mind.
Daddy, why don't you stay here? At least for the night.
No, look, I need to get back. The place is there's a mess to clear up, and I need to do something about that Wanda.
Maybe you shouldn't touch anything until the police have,
But I just can't leave. I don't know.
Sarah, look at me a minute. Would you know those boys if you saw them again?
What boys?
The boys your granny had the row with. The boys that painted the curbstones. The boys that did this.
Mary, hold on. Let's just slow down a minute. Now, you've every right to be annoyed, but you can't go jumping to conclusions like that.
Oh, Robert, get real. A crowd of wee loyalist thugs threatened my mother, and 2 days later she gets attacked in her own shop, and you call that jumping to conclusions?
I'm just saying that you don't know for certain.
I really don't believe you. You were the very one warning us they'd come back when you were giving off about my mother standing up for herself. Well, they've come back, just as you said they would. And now, instead of you saying I told you so, you're standing up for them again.
I'm not standing up for anybody, Mary.
Oh, you sound like their lawyer, for God's sake.
I just don't want Sarah dragged onto this without good reason.
Without good reason? My mother is lying up in that hospital in a critical condition, and you don't think that's reason enough? I don't want Sarah involved in this any more than you do, but the fact is that she saw them. She was with her granny when those boys threatened them. We have tried all our lives to keep our children out of this. But you can't choose who or what you are in this country. Other people do that for you. Well, let them paint me and my family into a corner if they want to, but they can take the consequences.
Mary, believe me, I'm as upset about your mother as anybody, but...
No, you're not, Robert. If it was your mother lying up there, you'd be doing a lot more than trying to protect the people that did this.
All right, you two. This is not the time. We're all far through. And this child's exhausted.
Yeah, you're right, Michael. Come on, Sarah, love. Bedtime. But, Michael, you see where I'm coming from, don't you?
Oh, I see where you're coming from, all right, Robert. You don't want to get involved against your own side. That's understandable.
I give up trying to explain this. Come on, Michael, I'll leave you home.
No, Granny.
Finian, you better not touch it.
Stupid wee Fenian bitch.
Would you know those boys if you saw them again?
I forget it. My God, Gavin.
I bet you she'll be alright, Sarah. Jimmy Girl's granny just fell down the stairs and bumped her head. She died. Oh, wise up, Annie. Don't die from me stone hitting you. You care if it hit your brain? A stone could crack your skull. It was a big brick. See, it wasn't a wee stone. Did you see it, Sarah? Well, she was there, wasn't she? Was she bleeding? What do you think, stupid? Well, she might not. Who did it, Sarah? Do you know? How's Sarah supposed to know? You just said she was there. Aye, but only after it happened. Isn't that right, Sarah? So nobody knows who did it. Isn't that right, Sarah?
Perfect timing. It's house speciality tonight. Chef's fish fingers, slightly burnt on one side, followed by a generous portion of baked beans a la Robert.
But it's not dinner time yet. Where's Mummy? And William?
Your mum is going to stay over at Grandad Doherty's for a while, just to keep him company. You know, help him out until Granny gets out of hospital or whatever.
And what about me?
Bon appetit. Don't worry, it's all arranged. Grandad Doherty's picking you up after the youth club, and then he's going to collect...
But I'm not going to the youth club.
Yes, you are. It's all arranged. Laura's mother phoned here earlier. She's picking you up at 7, and Grandad's collecting you afterwards.
But I don't want to go to the youth club.
Sarah, you have to. Please, don't be awkward. I have to start work at 8. Your mum's going to be at the hospital. William's at...
I could go to the hospital.
You can't sit in the hospital all night at your age. Anyway, look, I just can't go about rearranging everything at this stage. Just cooperate, please. And what's the big deal about going to the youth club? I thought you liked it.
I don't. I hate it.
Well, I'm sorry, but we all have to put up with things that we don't like at a time like this. I mean, think about your poor granny.
I do think of Granny. All the time.
I know you do, pet. Sorry. But your daddy says some stupid things at times. Of course you think about her, and I know you're worried. But just let the adults do the worrying for a while, okay? Just do one thing for us tonight, please. Go to the youth club, be a little girl and play with your friends, and be one less thing for us to worry about. Will you do that? Just for tonight. Will you? Please?
All right.
You're a princess among men.
I don't want to be a princess anymore.
But you have to be the princess. You have to be the rightful ruler. You can't go back to being the wise little girl anymore.
Well, then I'll just be an ordinary little girl. Let him be the rightful ruler if he wants.
No, no. I made a mess of things. You were right. I made anarchy.
Well, I made a worse mess.
But you stopped the ha-has and the hee-hees fighting.
Only because I was a ha-ha and locked the hee-hees up. I don't want to lock anybody up. Better let them out now, actually.
Well, if you insist.
You see? They're at it again.
Yes, I really think you should stop this before somebody gets hurt.
I'm just an ordinary little girl. How can I stop it? Hey, Zara! Come on and join in! It's really fun! Yuffie's fantastic, isn't it? I can't join in because I can't laugh anymore. Nothing's funny. I'm not a ha-ha or a hee-hee or a princess. I'm not even a wise little girl. I'm just me. And I want everybody to leave me alone.
Sarah? Am I right? Was that your granny injured in that attack?
Aye, Sarah was there and all. She found her granny.
Did you, Sarah? Must have been terrible for you. So your granny's alright again, I hope?
No, she's not. She might die.
There, Sarah. There. Julie, Laura, would you go on in there? That's okay. That's an awful big worry for a wee girl like you. There. Look, no, that's good, Sarah. You just go ahead, get it all out. I feel better. That's a good girl. Now, if you want to tell me and Julie all about it, we're listening. Just take your time.
It's all because of the curbstones. They were painting them red, white and blue, and Granny had a fight with them, and they said you better not touch it, and they called us Fenians. And me and my granda heard the crash, and we ran downstairs, and Granny was lying on the floor all covered in blood, and it was Laura's cousin Davy, but I didn't tell anybody. And Mummy asked if I would know them again, but I didn't tell her. And Daddy didn't want me to tell her, and now they're fighting all the time, and Mummy's moved out of the house. And now Granny's dying, and it's all my fault for not shaking Davy's hand. And I have to go to the police, but it's too late.
Sarah, listen to me carefully now. None of this is your fault. Do you hear me? You can't take the world on your shoulders, know what I mean? Now, I know you're worried about your granny, and we'll all pray that she gets well again. But let me worry about all the rest. You've told me, and you've told Julie here, and we'll sort it out from now on. You did the right thing telling us. Now we'll take that big heavy load off your shoulders and we'll deal with it. Okay? Good girl. Okay, everybody, I need your attention. Bit of quiet, please. Thank you. Thank you. But what I have to say is very serious, so I need everybody to listen carefully. I'm about to ask somebody here to do something very important. But before I do, let me say something about this club and why it's here, why I am here. When I started this club, I wanted it to be a place where everybody in it could feel safe. I wanted you to be able to come in here, and no matter what was different about you out there, in here you would feel as good as everybody else. I wanted you to see the good in everybody else, because I happen to believe very strongly that there's good in all of us. That's all I wanted. All I still want. I don't want to change who you are, your religion, or your politics, or anything else that you think is important about you. You've a right to be who you are. I just wanted you to see the good in other people. And this is not as easy as it sounds, to see the good in yourself. So, why am I saying all this now? Here's why. There's a little girl in this club who doesn't feel safe here. And the reason she doesn't feel safe is because she believes that somebody else here threw a concrete brick through her granny's shop window and seriously injured her. That woman is now in intensive care in the hospital. Now, here's the important thing I want somebody to do. And this is going to sound a bit strange after all that. I'm asking the person who did that to see the good in himself. I'm asking that person to admit that he is sorry for the pain and the suffering and the worry that he has brought to this family. Now, I personally am willing to believe that he never intended to injure this woman the way that he did. And I'm willing to go to the police with him to tell them that.
You know something? You're full of it.
I'm asking this person to think very seriously about what I'm saying, because I'm going to the police with or without him. David, you're as good as anybody else here. That's the truth. Okay? Okay. So how are we feeling now? But better, I hope? Good. That's good.
Sarah, my mummy's waiting. I have to go now. But I'll see you on Monday, okay? Bye.
Things are never as bad as they seem, Sarah. The main thing is that you stop worrying, about the Davy business and the police and all that. Let me worry about that, okay?
Okay.
Good care. So, who did you say was picking you up?
Grand O'Doherty.
Grand O'Doherty. Right. Well, look, I'm not going to say anything to your Granda tonight. I need to do things a certain way, and I don't want to say anything just yet. Understand? Now, I'm going to have to talk to your mommy and daddy. You understand that as well? Good. Now, you can say what you want to your mommy and daddy, of course, Sarah, but I think it's best if you let me speak to them first. Is that all right with you? Aye, thought it might be. Just tell them I'll be in contact with them sometime tomorrow. Right. Listen, I have to have a wee meeting with Julie and Ben. I'm sure your Granda will be here sometime soon. I know. Paul, come here a wee minute. Do us a favour, would you?
What?
I have to go back inside. Would you keep an eye out for Sarah's Granda? He's coming in to collect her.
Ah, it's no war.
Thanks, Paul. Sure, it'll only be a few minutes. Okay, Sarah. I'm away back in, pet. Paul will stay with you until your Granda comes.
Okay.
Tomorrow. Right?
Right, sir.
Maybe you might as well say
So what's the crack about tomorrow?
nothing.
He's just going to talk to my mummy and daddy.
Alright. So tell us, do you see David Hamilton throwing this brick at your granny or what?
You might as well say damn
How do you know it's him?
I know Paul's on my side, but I know he doesn't like Davy, and I don't want him to do anything that might make things worse. But I can't just not answer him.
If you never seen him, like?
He was painting red, white and blue outside my granny's shop, and she had a fight with him, and he called us fiends and all, and he said you better not touch it.
Did he? Right.
There's your granda now.
You alright, Sarah? Just playing out, eh?
No, Granda, he's my friend. He was looking after me.
Oh. Is that right? What do they call you, son?
Paul McMahon.
McMenamin? Nothing to big Fonzie?
Ah, he's my grandad.
Is that right? You're Big Fonzie's grandson? My God, eh? Me and him used to roll around together when we were your age. Imagine. You're some boxer, your grandad, eh? Did you know that?
That right?
Aye. Big Fonzie. If you're half the man he was, son, you'll be alright. Come here. Sorry for getting on to you there, but some bad boys about. You know yourself.
Aye, no sweat.
And Sarah was a wee bit, is she alright?
Aye, I think she's a wee bit annoyed about your wife, like.
Aye. Child shouldn't have seen that. Child should never have seen that.
Is she gonna be alright?
Well, they say that young children have great powers of...
No, I mean, her granny, your wife, like.
Oh, sorry. Kathleen, you mean? Don't know, Paul. That's all I can tell you. Thanks for asking, son. Look, I'm very much obliged to you for looking after the grandchild. Tell Big Francie was asking after him. Michael O'Doherty was asking about him. Take good care now. Don't get into trouble.
When is this tight feeling ever gonna go away? Mr. Gill said not to worry about anything, but he doesn't really know what it's like. I couldn't tell them that he wanted to talk to them today. I just couldn't. They would want to know why and everything. Anyway, it's even worse than before because Uncle Sean's here from London and Mama says, watch out, he's on the warpath. He looks really angry. Mammy's warned him not to say anything to annoy Granny and Granda Boyd. They're coming with Daddy. Mommy, I need to go to the toilet.
Okay, Sarah, you know where they are? We'll just be round the corner.
Why is he bringing them here for? I mean, they'll not get on the sea or anything.
They mean well, Sean. They're family after all.
They're not my family.
No, but they're Roberts. And we Sarah's.
They're my family now too, don't forget.
That's your problem. You talk to them.
If I have a problem right now, Sean, it's with you. The Boyds are nice people. They're lovely people. They've shown me and my children nothing but kindness from day one.
Oh, what's grand, Mary? I'm delighted for you. As I said, you talk to them.
What, and you're going to be horrible to them? For no reason?
I'll treat them the same way they treat us. I'm saying no more in front of the child.
Yeah, far too much has been said in front of this child already. Some of it's been said by me, and I really wish I could take a lot of it back. But Sarah needs to hear more from me, and from you as well, if you don't want her to think you're a bigot.
If I'm a bigot, it's because my mother's lying on their death's door, and your lovely boys are doing all in their power to make sure that the wee Protestant thugs that did this get off scot-free. I call that protecting your own side, standing up for your own. Well, two sides can play at that. Now, I'm sorry to say all that in front of Sarah, but she heard it from you first, Mary, if what my father here tells me is true. So if I'm a bigot, that makes you one too.
Do you know what, Sean? You're right. I did become a bigot because I was angry. And I just needed somebody to blame. And I blamed all Protestants. And I'm ashamed to say this, but I turned on my husband, the father of my children, because he was a Protestant.
Because he was taking their side against my mother.
No, he wasn't. I knew in my heart and soul all the time that he was only concerned for my mother's safety and Sarah's. I just wanted somebody to lash out at. Now, God forgive me, I've made you blame Robert as well.
You know your trouble, Mary? You're just caught in the middle. You don't know which side you're on.
Oh, Sean, will you give over about sides? I'm sick to death of people forcing us to take sides. I mean, what side's Sarah going to be on? Do you want her to choose between her mother and her father?
No, of course not.
Well, thankfully she'll never have to. Sarah, your daddy and I are on the same side. We're on your side. We want to bring you up without fear and without hatred of other people. But sometimes that's hard. Sometimes it's very hard. Do you know what I mean?
Mary, I'm so sorry. Such a terrible thing.
Yeah, I know, Sarah. Thanks.
Michael, what can you say?
You know Sean, folks, Mary's brother.
Do surely. A terrible thing, Sean, that happened to your mother. The people that did this now will pay for it one way or the other. I'm certain of it.
Well, I'm sure Sean just wants his mother well again. And she will be, please God. Have you heard anything more?
Well, the consultant's on with her now, so...
We might hear something, we might not.
I'm sure as soon as they know anything definite, they'll tell us.
And how's my angel bearing up? You were there, Sarah. Oh, poor pet, you must have been terrified. She all right, Mary?
Yeah, God alone knows what this child's been through. But Sarah's very strong and wise, like her daddy.
Mr. Doherty.
Sarah, go after William. Keep him away from anything breakable.
Don't sit on anything till you've tested it, folks.
Hell, Robert, are you ever going to get unpacked?
Don't you start.
Here, I'll put the kettle on.
No. You sit down there and I'll make the tea.
Sarah, you'll not be able to find anything.
Don't you worry, I'll manage.
Sean, sit down. If you can find anywhere to sit.
What do you think of the house, Sean?
Well, you've a better work to do yet, Robert.
Do you think so?
Where?
Hello? Yeah, this is Sarah's fella. Sarah, time for William's nap. And I think you and I need to tell the others what's happening. I just spoke with Mr. Gill on the phone.
What did he say?
He says a boy at the youth club confessed to the attack on your granny. He says you know him. It's alright, no need to be afraid. Nobody's blaming you.
Did you tell everybody?
I just said I had something important to tell them when I came downstairs. I wanted to tell you first. But don't worry, they'll know everything soon enough. Mr. Gill's bringing the boy over here.
He's what?
He's bringing him over here. Look, he said he's just a couple of minutes away.
What's he doing that for? Is he right in the head?
That's wise, Robert.
Look, I don't know. I had 2 seconds to think.
Well, I'll tell you frankly now, I don't know if I'll be able to keep my hands off him, and that's the truth.
That'll help nobody, Sean.
The guy nearly killed my mother.
No, but... Robert, what's this Gill fella think he's doing?
I think it's crazy. Put him off, Robert.
I put him off, Robert.
Well, unless I go out and...
No, don't. I want to meet him.
You want to meet him?
I trust Stephen Gill. His heart's in the right place.
Never mind his heart. It's his head I'm worried about.
I think he knows what he's doing.
Mary, just remember what this boy's done.
Look, I know what he's done, Sean, and I want to make sure he knows what he's done. I just want to know what goes on in somebody's mind when they do something that could take the life of another human being.
you're on your own?
He's out in the car. I just want to say a few words before I bring him in, if that's all right.
Look, we're not sure this is a good idea.
I understand. Mr. Doherty, is it? This must seem a bit odd to you.
Well, that's putting it mildly.
And I know how angry you must feel. But I believe this young man is genuinely sorry. He just wants to tell you that himself.
Does he think this is a way of getting off easy or what?
Believe me, this is not easy for him. But he came forward himself. He's going to the police along with me after this. Whatever you might think about him, I'm asking you to consider the kind of courage that it takes for him to face your family like this.
I call it nerve.
Bring him in, Stephen. Please.
Are you saying he did it? I doubt you're mistaken there. That's Big Fonzie's grandson.
Well, Paul?
It was me. I did it.
But that's ridiculous. You're Sarah's friend.
Friend?
Look, I'm sorry, and I never meant to hurt anybody, I swear. Sorry, Sarah. Sorry, Mr. Doherty. I just didn't think anybody was in there.
Why our shop? You're a Catholic like ourselves.
You're a Catholic?
It was a mistake, see. All we seen was the red, white and blue outside. And there was some boys with me, kinda egging each other on. But it was me who threw the stone. Then we just ran.
It was a mistake.
We thought it was a Protestant shop, honest.
So, what are you saying, Paul? Are you saying if it had been a Protestant shop, it would have been alright?
No, I'm not saying that. But at least I wouldn't have hit Sarah's granny.
How do you know?
Hey?
My granny Boyd's a Protestant. Would you not have been sorry if you hurt her?
Look, what I did was wrong. And I didn't mean to hurt anybody. I just wanted to say I was sorry. I know you'll never want to speak to me again. And I can't take it back. But I just want to know if she's going to be alright.
She's going to be all right.
No thanks to you.
Right, Paul. It's time we left. You know, I don't know if this family will ever find it in their hearts to forgive you, but I respect what you've just done. Look, I'm not trying to excuse what Paul did. It was wrong. It was stupid. And as he's told you, it was a mistake. In more ways than one. But he's not the only one who made a mistake, was he? Once we know a person's religion, or once we think we know a person's religion, or we think we know his politics, we jump to all sorts of conclusions about them. And that's wrong. And I'm guilty of that myself.
I think we're all guilty of that, Stephen. All of us jumped to wrong conclusions.
Right, Paul. Let's go.
Princess Zara was walking by herself one day. Actually, she wasn't a princess anymore. She was just Zara. She was glad not to be in the middle of the ha-has and the hee-hees with all their fighting. But she was feeling lonely, all alone, with nobody to play with. Suddenly, what do you think?
Hello, Princess Zara.
Hello, Pointer. Hello, Ruler. Hello, Giggler. Don't call me that anymore. I'm not a princess. Okay, Zara then. We want you to come back. I don't want to be a ha-ha anymore either.
You won't have to be a ha-ha. Or a hee-hee.
Or a princess. Or a wise little girl.
That's up to you.
We have a plan, actually. Well, he has a plan, actually.
What sort of plan? We're gonna melt your mommy and daddy. Well, he's gonna melt them.
I'm going to defrost them. rescue them from the blocks of ice that this creature froze them into.
I told you before, that was just to keep them fresh.
So they can be the rightful rulers, and you won't have to be in charge anymore. Well, so far I like the plan. What happened, your face? That's the other part of the plan.
Point has cast a spell and mixed up all the ha-has and hee-hees. He's made them into hee-haws and ha-hees.
And if you want to know the result, look behind you.
Everybody's laughter was different. You could laugh whatever way you wanted, and laughing was more fun than ever before. When Zara saw her parents back being the rightful rulers again, she knew that everybody would live happily ever after.
Okay, everybody, into your positions. Ready for the camera? Right. Sarah, let me in beside you. Everybody, say Gorgonzola.
Cheese!
I know you don't live happily ever after in real life. Granny says that's because real life goes on, and sometimes bad things happen. So life can't always be happy, but sometimes it is.